It comes in a real fancy case that opens up.
It's all white. It's a white box.
Yeah, it doesn't have a light in it when they open it or
I
whatever.
don't know. It's in a
I've seen a
small,
video.
smaller box.
Is it? A video on social media or something.
Mhm.
And that's purely for collectors. I did have 2 bottles of pack of 23 that I would have.
Yeah.
For drink, I mean,
No, there's $3,000 a year.
well, you have to scratch your head a little bit, because
That's why I asked her what. I was like, I knew it was gonna be all. But like I said, I think
I wish she had to get.
You want to time people when they get up to
I would believe that, yeah.
$4,000 for that last drop.
I'd like to welcome everybody to our Monday, June 22nd, 2026 Cascade City Council meeting. We'll have a call to order with Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call.
Delaney,
Here.
Gale,
Here.
Hush,
Here.
Weber,
Here.
Raker.
Here.
Need a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
Motion by Gale,
Second.
second by Hush. All in favor?
Aye.
At this time, we'll have public comment. You have a limit of 3 minutes per person on agenda items and local government issues.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Alice Rogers. I am a resident of the Oak Hill subdivision and a resident of Cascade. In addition to that, I have started and founded a group of citizens, concerned citizens of Cascade. Now, to notate, that group started in 2022 for a special election for city council to get information out about the candidates, to make sure people knew to vote. At that time, we had about 20 members. Since May, I have moved our forum to discussion about the proposed AI data center. We are now just shy of 200 members. So that should tell you where this sits with your community, with the people that voted you into office. This is a serious concern of theirs. So tonight, I come to you to request a 12-month moratorium. Mayor, city council members, and city administrator. As a concerned resident, I respectfully request that the City of Cascade follow the lead of Dubuque County and place a 12-month moratorium on all new data center development within the city. The Dubuque County Board of Supervisors recently enacted a 12-month moratorium to allow time for research, ordinance development, and public input. I believe Cascade should take the same proactive approach before any applications are submitted or proposals move forward. While we continue to hear that no formal applications currently exist, it is clear that discussions regarding potential data center development have been taking place. This is exactly why now is the time to act and not after a proposal is formally submitted. A moratorium would allow the city to develop ordinances and standards specific to data center development, study impacts on water resources, electrical infrastructure, roads and surrounding properties, establish clear timelines, goals, and deliverables for the review process, schedule public meetings and gather resident input, ensure decisions are made transparently and with community involvement. Residents deserve the opportunity to understand the potential impacts, ask questions, and participate in the process before decisions are made. Whether someone ultimately supports or opposes data center development, I believe we can all agree that transparency, planning, and public input should come first. I respectfully ask the mayor and city council to place a 12-month data center moratorium on an upcoming agenda and allow residents the opportunity to be heard. Thank you for your time, your service, and consideration. And I have a letter to present to everyone so you have it for your files.
Good evening, board, council members, Deanna, Mayor. I'm Daniel White. I live on 151 Jacko Drive, in the city of Cascade. I got a couple of questions that I think I'd like to see if you can answer. First one would be, how and where did the Economic Development Corporation get all this power they have? Can anybody clue me in?
Dan, this is a comment, not a question, answering question thing.
Oh, you guys don't have to
No, we
answer
can't
nothing?
answer any questions. This is 3 minutes, you can ask or comment on what,
okay.
on stuff that you
Okay.
want to talk about.
I've been told that this board does not have to listen to the Dubuque County Board of Supervisors or the city council, and I find that disturbing. Move on to the next thing. I have in hand June 10th, 26th issue of the local Cascade Pioneer, and down about an inch it says, motion by Huss, second by Weber, to approve the consent agenda items of the city council minutes of 5/11/26. Personal committee minutes of 5/14/26. Cascade Economic Development Corporation minutes of 4/15/26. Now I see tonight you guys are gonna vote on the same thing. If this development board doesn't have to listen to you guys, why are you having to approve their minutes? Or you're not gonna answer no questions? Nobody can even try?
I think we're just trying to make the observation, they're providing us information through their minutes in Weber, Dan. And we're just simply accepting them as the information that they're giving us.
I was told that they sold that land back on September 24th or whatever, and I was told that the city council had no clue what was going on. Now, if they was providing minutes to you guys on a regular basis, and you were reading them, wouldn't that have been in their minutes?
A lot of those items weren't in those minutes.
Okay. Okay, Telegraph Herald had a full-page ad yesterday in their paper, and I took a little bit out of it. I'd like to read it. Their article says that the Aurora, Illinois residents' electric bills raised 24% after the first year of a big data center in Aurora. Power company blamed the data center for the 24% raise. The article stated that near the data center, you could hear the whining noise over windows closed and the television on. Also, you could hear it in the shower. That's way too loud for us to get any sleep up there. Telegraph article stated that being that close to all that electricity has definitely been proven not safe for the human body or animals. TH article stated that the large data center, now this is a large one, would use more power than 100,000 homes. That's just unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. Here's what I suggest, and Alice done about the same thing. I'd like to see the Cascade City Council follow Dubuque County's one-year moratorium. After that, after they release their rules and regulations, if the City of Cascade Council wants to tweak them, I guess we could go ahead and try to tweak them. In Cascade rules, I think we need to put in place a regulation that does not allow a data center within 1 mile of a residential house, a school, or a church. That should keep the noise back some if we have to have data centers here in Cascade. Thank you, Board.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Hi, my name is Gina Hemmer. I also live in the Oak Hill subdivision. I'm a member of the Concerned Citizens of Cascade Facebook group, and I'm actually really grateful to be a part of that group because it's led to some community members engaging in some pretty good discussion about the proposed data center, and I've seen a variety of viewpoints. And I think that's very healthy for us to see a variety of viewpoints because none of us truly knows everything. So by engaging with each other, we can learn from each other and form a clearer understanding of what our concerns are, what our ideas are. So if you're not already part of this group, I know some of you are, but if you're not, I really encourage you to join so that you can kind of see what our citizens of Cascade are actually discussing and talking about. I know this is a city council meeting, but I know there are also members of the Economic Development Committee here too, so my words are kind of addressed to everybody broadly. First, I want to start by saying that I know very little about data centers. I know very little about zoning and ordinances and everything, so who am I to come in here and make demands, right? I don't know enough to tell you what I think we need to do. I don't know all that goes into the development of a data center, and so I'm not in a place to demand things. What I do know, though, is that the people in Cascade have concerns, and people have questions that they want answered, and people feel as though the members of the Economic Development Committee are not really that interested in listening. It's true that the Economic Development Committee has never had any issue with the public questioning other industries that have come to our industrial park. But that's because people already understand how grocery stores work. People know how manufacturing works. We understand what a meat locker does, right? But people don't understand AI data centers. They know that AI data centers can use water, tons of electricity, make a lot of noise, possibly cause health issues, and cause harm in communities. The data centers have gotten a lot of negative press nationwide. So it's reasonable for Cascade people to feel kind of skeptical. For that reason, the Economic Development Committee will need to approach this differently with regard to the community than with other businesses. Right now, there's a great deal of distrust. Here are some of the examples of some things that I have heard. The deal was made behind closed doors. The members of the committee are personally benefiting from this. The committee is trying to make the deal before they hold a public meeting, so we can't do anything about it. The city council has no oversight. They won't even try to do anything. There are conflicts of interest among some of the board members and city council members. And some people have even referred to you as the Cascade Mafia. Now, to be clear, I know many of you personally, and I truly do believe that you have Cascade's best interest at heart. But I do also understand the sentiment that some have that their concerns are being dismissed. I hate the negativity that I see among Cascade residents, and I think it's important to take steps to try to rectify that. After all, Cascade is our home and it belongs to all of us. So for this reason, I am in support of a moratorium. In our Facebook group, there are some debates about how long this moratorium should be. And to me, I think the duration of the moratorium is less relevant to me than its purpose actually is. My hope is that council members and committee members will use the time to give the residents of Cascade a public opportunity to ask questions. I hope you will use the time to ensure that you have considered the implications of the data center from all perspectives beyond just economic, and you've prepared regulations in advance that would protect our community. I hope you plan the avenues of recourse that will be used in the event that there are infractions, and that those infractions are meaningful enough to cause pain. The article written in our Facebook group by Andrew Saunders asks some very specific and important questions, and I think if you haven't read that article yet, you should. I am not against an AI data center because, as I said, I don't know enough about it to be against it or for it. I just know that there are a lot of questions, and I feel that it is important for Cascade to have answers so that our community can all feel at ease with the decisions that are made. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
My name is Levi Stevenson. For 31 of my 34 years on Earth, I've been, as a resident of Cascade, bought my house in 2019. Proud to be here. Proud to have moved back from cross country. Unlike these other people here, I don't live in Oak Hill. If there's a building built over there, I probably won't hear it. It probably won't affect me directly. But my concerns for this go beyond that, and it's because as my age group is the first age group to have ever been able to grow up before the internet, before social media, and grow up with it. I went through high school and Facebook and college and all that. I didn't have to experience that growing up. I didn't have to experience a society in which I am pressured to have ChatGPT write my papers for me. I didn't have to do that. I'm thankful every day that I didn't have to be part of that. But it does give me some extra perspective on this, that I get to interact with people every day that have had to do that, that have to do that. And this data center in town, and I fully support the 12-month moratorium at minimum, and I think that is the minimum personally, just with my understanding of AI and how this stuff works. Because, if we look at industrial business in town, we can take a look at any of them. Almost always, they either employ a bunch of people, they either sell somebody that will directly benefit the citizens, Cascade Meat Locker, whatever that is, or they provide a service, something like that. Data centers do none of those things. Data centers imply, at best, your best case scenario, maybe a handful of people, at most. Computers don't take a lot of people to run, and that's their benefit, and that's also the downside here. This building will contribute in property taxes just like any other building. It will employ very few people, and it also doesn't produce anything that directly benefits Cascade. It can't sell you food. It doesn't make you a meal if you don't feel like cooking on Saturday. It doesn't fix your toilet. It doesn't do any of that. So when we're looking at the larger impact of how this can affect direct things as far as property taxes, or not property taxes, but power bills, things like that, which we don't know exactly what that is because we haven't seen it. We haven't seen the studies that tell us exactly what the infrastructure needed. We don't know what that's going to cost. It's going to cost somebody something. It's going to, eventually the power company will have to expand their infrastructure, and I'm pretty sure we know where that bill is going to be going. It's going to every single person in this room that pays for a power bill. That's how it works. And when we look at that and we look at the larger benefits of other businesses that could be put in its place, and I know we may not have something coming down the line of what can go in that place, and that's okay. But when we look at what an AI data center provides for the community, on top of, in conjunction and in parallel with what it can cost, at minimum, it requires more examination for all of this. And you could say that maybe an AI data center will help power somebody to find an answer that quicker, that it may have taken a while, may have taken some more extra Google searching or whatever it is. But for every one of those, there's a high school kid that is just skirting through school because it's having to ChatGPT write a paper for him. Or it's enabling somebody to generate awful fake images of people, as unfortunately this town found out about a year ago. This type of data center hosts that exact service. It does that, among lots of other things. It helps power drones that help more efficiently analyze crops and all of that. But that's not all it does. There are lots of terrible things that AI can power, along with lots of good things. And I think we need to take a lot longer to look at this, not just the direct impacts of Cascade as far as cost, just direct money out of our pocket, but it's also a matter of what we want to take a stand for as our community and what we care about, what's important to us. And more reports are coming out every year and I think it's in the last year, about half of all data center projects have been pushed back or canceled. At this point, pushing one through without a moratorium is bucking the trend. And we got to decide if that's what we want to do. Personally, that is not where I'm at on this. And I as I said, at minimum, I think it's just environmental impact, but it's how our power bills are going to go up. What's the noise going to be looking like? What's the cooling system going to look like? Because that plays into your water consumption. Is it a closed loop? Is it an open loop? And obviously the planned facility for this is not on the scale of what's in Palo or Fairfax or Dubuque or anything like that. But those are all super valid questions. Is this going to affect our daily way of life, and especially for a building that will not directly affect or improve the lives of anybody in this room? The first place it's going to affect is the pockets of whichever billionaire is going to be subcontracting out the processing power for this. So that's all I've got. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Anyone else?
Yeah, my name's Ken McDermott. I'm president of Cascade Economic Development Corporation.
And I just wanted to clarify a few things that have been brought up tonight. I'm not here to endorse or to speak against the data center. The CEDC just found out about this data center in early May. The scope changing from a data center, or from a Bitcoin mining operation to a data center in early May. The first thing we did when that came up was to schedule a meeting to have the owner of Simple Mining, Adam Haynes, come to a CEDC meeting, invited the mayor, representatives from the city council, and the city administrator to that meeting to hear what Adam had to say about the project. Again, I was here last week and stated that we don't even know what the project is going to entail right now. So to make assumptions on what's going to happen, or to have a community meeting before we even know what the project is going to be, would really be, you know, a waste of time, because how can you make decisions on something when you don't have any information on that? You know, the other thing, a couple other things that were brought up tonight was that individuals from the Economic Development Corporation are financially benefiting from this. That's simply not true. I don't know where that information is coming from. I think that, you know, that's what happens when people get talking about things and don't wait to understand all the facts. You know, there's been some things said about all data centers, the water usage, that kind of thing. You know, we've been told that it's going to be a closed loop system, so the water usage is not going to be an issue. But again, we haven't seen that. We haven't seen what the plans are. So I guess I'm just here to ask that people be patient and wait until we see a concept plan to be able to talk about things and answer questions that the community has. We're certainly going to have that meeting, but again, it's premature to have that till we know what's even being proposed. I would also say that when the land was sold to Simple Mining, from the very beginning, the city was involved in what was going on. Since Simple Mining contacted the CEDC about the meeting, we've had 17 meetings, either special meetings or regular meetings, and the city's been represented at 16 of those meetings. In addition, we've had 5 meetings, special meetings, and the mayor has been present at those meetings, as has the city administrator.
I've been at some of them.
What's that?
I've been at some of them, not all of them.
You've been at 3 of the 5, and all 3 where Adam was here.
Yep.
Yes. And so to say that the city hasn't been informed at all through this process is just not true. So I don't know where that information is coming from. You know, with the amount of power that's being used, yes, there's a lot of power that's going to be used by this facility. Do we know how much? No. Have we been told by the electric cooperative that serves that area that this won't have an impact on existing users? Yes, we've been told that. We've been told that the additional revenue being generated by a company like this is going to be profitable for the co-op, so it will help to hold rates down. Also, with the data mining, or excuse me, with a data center, I've been told by Maquoketa Valley is required to put just as much power back on the grid as they use off of the grid. So there's 2 ways that they can do that. They can either generate their own power on site with diesel generators, or they can buy power from another supplier. Now, if they came to us and said, we want to put 4 diesel generators on site that are going to run 24/7 to generate our power, that's a deal killer. that's not going to happen. CEDC has guidelines in place that they're not able to do that. So I just, again, would ask that people be patient, wait to hear the facts, and then make their decisions. The CEDC doesn't even know if they're going to support a data center coming to town. Again, this is a whole new scope that we just found out about. We brought the city in as soon as we found out about it, and we've kept the city informed, as I said, all throughout this process. So for members of the council, and not all members, I'm not singling out all members, but several members sitting up there today have said that they have not been informed with what's going on, and that simply is not true. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ken.
Anyone else?
I'm David Merrill. I live up in the Oak Hill development area. And of course, you know, we're all concerned, but one of the things that we need to do is get facts straight, right? But I think kind of going both ways. Like we were told, for instance, a while back that the Bitcoin mining operation in Manchester, and I understand it's no longer a Bitcoin mining operation, but we're told it was you know, so quiet you won't even know it's there. And I can attest to the fact that's not really the case, because you go there on a hot day, they have to crank the fans up, and it's very noticeable. In fact, if you go inside, they were gracious enough to give us a nice tour of the facility. But if you go inside, you know, the decibel limit inside was 75 decibels. And I was told different figures like 60 dB, 65 dB, 62 decibels at the boundaries of the property were the limits, and I don't know which is which. The latest I heard was 60, but I do know that, for instance, Aurora, Illinois had an issue with the data center there where residents complained, and they got it down to, negotiate down to 55 dB during the day and 45 dB at night. And there's a big difference between whichever figures we're talking about. But one of my biggest concerns is, again, getting the facts straight, because I don't know what's true, is that the boundaries of the property are going to include the cooling towers, I guess. But I've heard somewhere that that would be within only 200 yards of the nearest residents' homes, and that's really close. And you can talk about trying to suppress noise, but generally speaking, data centers that use water cooling are quieter, and use less electricity because they're using evaporative water cooling. But if you resort to a closed loop system with fans, my guess is that you're going to be generating a lot more noise running those fans, especially on hot days. And so, to me, that would be the number one concern. And so, with that said, I'll just keep it short. And thank you for your time.
Thank you. Anyone else? Seeing none, we'll go to consent agenda. City Council minutes 6/8/26, Park Board minutes 6/8/26, Cascade Economic Development minutes 5/20/26, tobacco license renewals for McDermott Oil Company, Lion Service Center, Dollar General, and Casey's, May month-end financial report, and June 22nd, 2026 claims. Is there any concerns on the consent agenda? Seeing none, I need a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Delaney,
Second.
second by Hush, all in favor?
Aye.
Number 7, George Davis, Dubuque County Conservation will present a Loker Lake Recreation Area Plan. Welcome, George.
Well, thanks, Steve. I don't know if you can pull up the map up there, Deanne, at all, or maybe not, or
Yeah, Mike can, I think, maybe.
if you can get that on Beacon. But, my name is George Davis. I live at 112.
on Beacon?
Yeah, maybe just to show generally the map of and how it relates to the city of Cascade, the location. But my name is George Davis. I live at 120 South Grandview Avenue in Dubuque. I'm the chairman of the Dubuque County Conservation Board. Conservation Board is a statutorily approved creature of the Iowa Code. Every county has one. The Dubuque County Supervisors appoint the members of the 5-person board for the Dubuque County Conservation Board, and the Conservation Board is tasked with managing recreation and conservation areas in Dubuque County. We have over 30 properties in Dubuque County, which is, it's surprising the scope. We manage Fillmore Golf Course. We've got 400 acres at Whitewater Canyon, south of town here. The Heritage Trail is probably the one we have the most use of. We have 3 marinas and campgrounds. We have probably 7 total campgrounds, including Swiss Valley and New Wine Campground and Bankston Park. So we manage a lot of recreation areas. This project, we acquired approximately 100 acres north of Cascade. The former was a sand pit that was excavated or mined for sand, and there's a 30-acre lake there. Tom Loker is a client of mine. He's my law partner's uncle. Tom purchased this property maybe 40 years ago when he retired from the Dubuque schools. Didn't have any sand on it then, but then they started mining the sand. And so that whole lake up there north of town is a creation of the sand being extracted from that. It's, like I said, it's a 30-acre lake, and in parts of that, it's 40 acres deep. Tom's 93 years old, lives in Philadelphia now, but I approached Tom about being able to purchase the property, and he gave us a very generous purchase price. The purchase price was $500,000. We were able to raise about $300,000 in private donations and grants, some from the state of Iowa and other places. So the Conservation Board expended $200,000 to acquire the 100-acre property. Our plan is to develop a recreation area there featuring the lake. We've engaged RDG Design. They're a design firm with Des Moines, and this fellow comes from Madison, Wisconsin. And we initially met with, they've initially worked on a site plan for this. And the site plan includes a walking trail around the lake, a boat launch, a pavilion, a pit bathroom. We'd like to do a fishing pier or dock out there, especially to allow handicap access out for fishing. As part of this process, whenever there's a river involved like this is, the boundaries go on each side of the river. The lake property owns property on the west side property owns property on the east side, so we got all that boundary issues kind of clarified, and the river is the primary boundary. But as part of that process, the Sauser family, they chopped off the Sauser pit property, which is on the west side of the river, and that is part of this project as well. So that the lake on the west side of the property, the borders 136, plus the main 30-acre Loker Lake Loker Lake, or is what we're calling it, on the east side of the river, is where this property is. Jeff Bogey's house is up there on the right with the little extension that comes down to the lake. So we've got plans for that. We're going to be asking the Dubuque, 5 years ago, we asked the Dubuque voters in Dubuque County to pass a conservation bond. That 5 years ago ask was $40 million to be used over 20 years. That vote lost. We had 59.6%. We needed 60% to get the bond passed. Those funds would have been used for projects like this. We're going to be asking the supervisors again to put that conservation bond on the ballot at probably, I think the number that we're talking about now is $18 million. But that, if that was to pass, that could help fund the approximately $1 million worth of infrastructure that we would need to put the pavilions, the toilets, the roadway improvements, the trail, the boat launch, the boat dock. So that's what we're working on that, and we think this will be a great amenity for the region, for the county, and especially for the city of Cascade. We've had some preliminary discussions about how to extend a trail from the city of Cascade. And really, I think there are two options. If you maybe pull that down and go down by Herb Green Ford, your city trail comes up and dead ends right there. One discussion is to extend that trail north and then then it would require a bridge to get across the river, and then come up along the riverbank up towards the lake property. That is, I think, from talking to some acquaintances and people in Cascade, I think a lot of people, that would be their preference. Another route would be to go up Tyler Street, up under the highway, up to Aitchison Road, and there is a public roadway that comes down there into Jeff Schuler's driveway so come down a little bit. You see the roadway?
Right there.
Yeah, right there. Come down, and then we've been working with John McDermott to see how he owns the cornfield there, and to slide around down along the highway and then come up the river from there. So that's another option, but we're going to be working on this, and I wanted to come and let the council know, and I guess all you folks know what we're working on, and see if we can, part of this challenge for us is, our budget we get from the county, and we don't have an extremely large capital improvement budget, but if we can get the conservation bond passed, that could free up a lot of money for this project, which I think would be one of the priority projects for us to move forward on. So I guess that's kind of what any questions or has any input. Steve and Bill were out the other day when we had our architect out there kind of showing us a preliminary plan, and so no, I think this is going to be a wonderful project. The fishing is supposed to be very good in that lake, and
That trail would be a huge asset to the community.
well, I think so too. I think
That
so
would
too.
bring so many people to town, it'd be amazing.
Are we looking at camping too out there? or
There's no camping
Okay.
on the property that we have.
Yeah.
Now, there's other property around there that potentially could be acquired for camping, but part of the stipulations we had to agree to was no camping. And I don't know, I didn't think water would be a problem, but evidently if we put a well in there, it's gotta be like a city well, and it's not a $20,000 farm well, it's a $400,000 municipal well. So whether we could get fresh water out there somehow, I don't know what that would be. Maybe we could run a line from somebody out there, but no camp.
John will let you run it from his place.
Yeah.
He has all kinds of money.
But he put a drinking fountain down there, and, so yeah, we're working on this, and we've got the land acquired. Matt McQuillan helped us quite a bit on this, and we kind of worked through his group, and he helped get the boundaries all squared away, and helped us with getting some of the grants we were able to obtain. So, we're very excited I'm very excited about this project. I know Tom Loker is very excited about this project. I'm very thankful that he was able to give us the opportunity to move forward with this. But so
That'd be huge for the community.
I do know there are state funds available for trails like this and potential bridges. Dyersville has a bridge over the river through Candy Cane Park up there, and I think that was put in maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and that was $400,000 at that time. But Alvin's a pretty heavy-duty bridge, would support an ambulance or vehicles going across it. I don't know if we need that, how much we need, and and we probably like a second bridge or second way to get across the river to access from the east side of the river to the west side of the river where the Souser pond is. Maybe that's just some kind of much more simpler pedestrian-only bridge. But anyway, we're working on it. We're open to input. We're doing some planning right now. We're going to be putting this on the conservation ballot this November, and there's also quite a few improvements we need to do out at Fillmore Golf Course that would be, some of those funds would be used for too. So
This would be a great spot to use our economic development in this situation.
potentially, yeah, and I've talked to them, and so
Yes,
they're aware of it, and they so yeah. I mean, I don't know, I think we had about 10 different groups that helped us with the 300,000 grants that we came up with to begin with. We've had a lot of interest from local companies in helping doing donations of services or construction, barred concrete, and I didn't know this, but since they were the ones that extracted the sand, they had some duties to do some reclamation work out there, so they did a lot of bank work and restored the property and really did a lot of work and probably went quite a bit beyond what they were required to do, so we appreciate what they did in kind of restoring the banks and the property. So, and there are other people that are interested in donating those kinds of services as well. So my primary law office is in Dyersville. I can be reached up there at the Locher and Davis Law Office in Dyersville or through the Conservation Board if anybody's got questions or if anybody wants to visit about this. So thanks for letting me speak.
Thanks, George.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
George, did you say that the Salvatore Lake was part of it?
Yeah, we acquired, they had part of the, they had half the lake. The local property, kind of, the boundary was right here. But then when we redid the map, we brought it over here, and then the boundary now goes down the middle of the river, but they didn't want the lake up there, so they put, you know, we gave them some property on, this property I think was on the Locher side that we then gave, there was some swapping going on, but the lake is probably, the Salzer Lake is now part of the Conservation Board.
Can you access that from the highway?
Sort of. There's a driveway there. I don't know how legal it is, but there's a driveway here which you have to drive through the Salzer. So there's another one up here. So I don't know. There's people that access it through there. So.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, George.
Number 8, consideration to approve resolution number 57-26, a resolution approving a moratorium on the construction of data centers within the city limits of the city of Cascade, Iowa. What's the time? I mean, do you do a year and rescind it if it's not?
That's up to you guys. I mean, we can do 90 days, we can do 6 months, we can do 12 months, whatever you guys want to do. Because we can set it, and then if we
You can rescind it if
have
it,
meetings and we've come to approved ordinances we feel good about, everybody feels good about, we can rescind it, so.
what's everybody's thoughts?
I don't think it hurt anything. I think having it and just, you know, especially with the amount of anxiety there is and questions and everything with public stuff that, you know, having it in place, that we take the time to make sure we listen to everything and everybody and go through it. I don't think that's unreasonable. I don't think it's a...
How did you come up with the 90 days?
The city attorney said that should be the minimum.
Okay.
Yeah, the minimum is 90 days. He said he,
And if we're still in process of getting ordinances
Then
and
we can extend
guidance,
it.
we just extend
Yep.
it from there.
yep.
And we can get the ordinance done in the 90 days that we need to have in place.
Maybe.
I mean, are you better to stretch it out longer and then not need it rather than need it and
Yeah, I mean,
not have it?
I mean, we've heard from people tonight that they would like to see a 12-month. I mean, we could put a 12-month and then start the process and, you know, because we can always rescind it, we can always take the moratorium off.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
It's that easy?
What?
It's that easy.
Yeah, it's just the passing of a resolution. And it requires just a simple majority. It's not, what you call it? It takes 3 people to pass it. It's just a regular, just like any of the other resolutions that we pass, that's all it requires to either extend it, rescind it, whatever.
And need a motion?
I'd be fine, I mean, I'd be fine with the 1 year, but I do think we would need to want to make sure we put some benchmarks in there so that we know as a council and people know that, you know, where we're exactly at, you know, whether certain items have already been approved, you know, at 90 days or at at 6 months, just so that.
So like have a follow-up at 90 days
Well,
of where
or
everything's sitting?
Some period,
Yeah.
because that way we know it's not sitting
Right. We're
with
reviewing it, we're
with
doing
nothing
it.
being done, that we at least know that there's benchmarks that we expect to see.
I'd say, yeah, like every 2 or 3 months or something, to make sure that we have kind of an update of where we're sitting on it.
Yep.
Need a motion?
I'll make a motion to that effect.
Motion by Delaney,
Second.
second by Hush. Roll call.
I just want to be clear, so we are we're going to make this, I'm going to update this resolution to state that it's going to continue for 1 year, 12 months?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Delaney?
Aye.
Gale?
Aye.
Hush?
Aye.
Weber?
Nay.
Raker?
Aye.
Number 9, consideration to approve resolution number 54-26, a resolution approving the Library Board of Trustees reappointment of Jacob Brindle to fill another 3-year term as listed below for the city of Cascade, Iowa. I need a motion.
I make a motion to approve Jacob Brindle as a 3-year term.
Motion by Gale,
3-year term.
I'll second that.
second by Delaney. Roll call.
Gale?
Aye.
Hush?
Aye.
Weber?
Aye.
Raker?
Aye.
Delaney?
Aye.
Number 10, consideration to approve resolution number 55-26, a resolution approving the Board of Adjustment reappointment of Linda Huffman to fill another 5-year term as listed below for the city of Cascade, Iowa. I need a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Oh, go ahead.
Motion by Raker,
I'll second.
second by
I just have a
Delaney.
quick question. Are all our boards filled at the moment?
They were until this, because the one person that her term was up, she did not want to take another term. So now we do have a vacancy on our Board of Adjustment.
Okay, just so people know.
Yep,
That-
I posted it on our Facebook and website today, so.
We have a motion and a second. Roll call.
Hush,
Aye.
Weber,
Aye.
Raker,
Aye.
Delaney,
Aye.
Gale.
Aye.
Number 11, consideration to approve resolution number 56-26, a resolution approving the Board of Adjustment reappointment of Phil Cowder to fill a 5-year term as listed below for the city of Cascade, Iowa. And you need a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Gale,
Second.
second by Hush. Roll call.
Weber,
Aye.
Raker,
Aye.
Delaney,
Aye.
Gale,
Aye.
Hush.
Aye.
Number 12, consideration to approve resolution number 42-26, a resolution approving the hiring of a temporary summer library employee for the city of Cascade, Iowa. And this person's been approved by
The board.
the board. So I need a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve Resolution 42.
Motion by Hush, second by
26.
Gale. Roll call.
Raker,
Aye.
Delaney,
Aye.
Gale,
Aye.
Hush,
Aye.
Weber.
Number 13, consideration to approve resolution number 43-26, annual disbursement of incremental property tax revenue rebates for Callahan Construction for Riverbend Retirement Community for 2026 fiscal year.
I just have a quick question. On all these, we've got several ahead of us. All they've been somewhat audited for whether there's employees required or
Yeah,
or
the ones that
rates.
require it, not all of them require
Yeah.
that. But yes.
Everything fits into this wage scales and
Mhm.
et cetera.
I need a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Delaney,
I'll second it.
second by Gale. Roll call.
Delaney,
Aye.
Gale,
Aye.
Hush,
Aye.
Weber,
Aye.
Raker.
Aye.
Number 14, consideration to approve resolution number 44-26, annual disbursement of incremental property tax revenue rebates for premium plant services for 2026 fiscal year. Need a motion?
Do we have to do, can we just do all these at once?
And bunch them together?
You can, I
I mean,
guess.
they're all
Yeah, they're all the
the same
same.
thing. We're gonna do this.
I need a motion to,
Just list all the numbers on,
Yeah.
for
Look at the motion.
1426 and their names,
Yep.
if you want to read through them
All the
all.
way to,
Just read 13 and the name.
till
14 and the
53
name.
for 50, till 5326.
Okay, I need a motion.
We probably should read them all off real quick, and then we do it, because that way all the names are listed for the record.
We're at 14.
Yeah.
Do we just need the name is all?
Yeah.
Premium Plant Services, Cheryl's Flower Garden Coffee Shop, AHECO Holdings LLC, Centro Incorporated. We have, Main Street Investments LLC, Cascade Storage Facility LLC, Beck Construction Incorporated, Rosso Properties LLC, NJ Callahan LLC, R&D Vasky LLC.
That's it.
That's it. I need a motion.
Actually, I have a question in regard to Central. Are they fully staffed?
Yes. Mhm.
Okay, they were not for a while, or I think there was a period of time where they weren't.
I don't know, but he does send me the employment records.
Okay.
Yeah, he's very good to work with.
Okay. I need a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Delaney. Second?
Second.
Second by Weber. Roll call.
Gale,
Aye.
Hush,
Aye.
Weber,
Aye.
Raker,
Aye.
Delaney.
Aye.
Number 24, consideration to approve resolution number 58-26, a resolution approving a quote from Prairie Road Builders for chip and seal services for the city of Cascade, Iowa.
I'll
And
make a motion to approve.
motion by Raker,
I'll second it.
second by Gale. Roll call.
I have a question again.
Oh, sorry.
Anything that, there's a lot of dips in those roads. Is anything being done with those? I mean,
They will be leveled
they'll be leveled with asphalt?
with cold mix and then seal coated over them.
So that's the same cold mix that's presented? Okay, I just want, they do that beforehand and then they go back?
The roads will be leveled and they'll be seal coated, double seal coated, yes.
Okay.
And did we do in P-Rock on the top?
The ones, the ones that need it, they will add it, and I think it adds like $2,100 to the quote is
The
all.
whole thing?
Yeah.
It lasts longer than limestone.
Okay.
We had-
A first,
Raker,
I second it.
yeah,
second by Gale.
yep.
Roll call.
Delaney,
Aye.
Gale,
Aye.
Hush,
Aye.
Weber,
Abstain.
Raker.
Aye.
Number 25, consideration to approve resolution number 59-26, a resolution authorizing the city clerk to transfer funds from the bicentennial fund to the general fund for the city of Cascade, Iowa.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Delaney,
I'll second it.
second by Gale. Roll call.
Is the
Gail.
group, I have a question. Is the group that's doing this, I mean, I think when this was brought up a month or so ago, just asked for donations type things. Are they doing any of that? I mean, are we gonna recoup any of the $2,000?
I'm not sure, but,
I mean, it should be nice to get an
was-
effort to at least,
yeah.
because a lot of communities do that anyway, throw something out there even the day of the event, and people throw $5 or $10 in
I will
It'd be
talk
nice
with
just
her
to get-
again about it.
to get something back or build up for next year.
I need a motion.
Oh, we have a motion
Yep.
in a second. I need to do roll call. Roll call.
Roll call.
That's
Gotcha.
Gale,
Aye.
Hush,
Aye.
Weber, Raker,
Aye.
Delaney.
Aye.
Number 26, consideration to approve resolution number 60-26, a resolution authorizing the city clerk to transfer funds from the TIF fund to the general fund for the city of Cascade, Iowa. Need a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve Resolution 60-26.
Motion by Hush,
I'll second it.
second by Delaney. Roll call.
Gale,
Aye.
Hush,
Aye.
Weber, Raker,
Aye.
Delaney.
Aye.
Reports, Fred?
Just a couple of things. Just a reminder, we've got 4th of July coming up a couple weeks, well, 2 weeks from this last Saturday. So I believe the parade's going to start at 2 o'clock, and it sounds like going to be quite a day. Hopefully the weather holds out and everything. Also, just a reminder that we're kind of talking about it in the Personnel Committee, but if you do have a dog, they are required to be licensed in town. So if you could take care of that, their licensing is actually due July 1st. So any questions, contact the police department or city hall. We can get you hooked up with that. Okay, anything for me?
Thank you.
Yeah, how's the hiring going on the police?
We actually had a Personnel Committee meeting tonight, so we've had 3 candidates. A couple of them look pretty good. We're going to run the ad till
July
July
6th.
6th. See if we get any more applications. We'll start the interview process, so.
Okay, where are we at on the offices? We decide what we're doing there?
That'll be all on the next meeting. We're going to be talking about the old library too.
In the
So
library?
we're going to be going into
Yep.
closed session to talk about all that at the next meeting.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Deanna?
Well, like Fred mentioned, we did have a Personnel Committee meeting today, reviewed the applications. The property on Buchanan Street, I know they were there working today. Veteran banners, after they started going up and people started hearing about it, that hadn't heard about it before, people started asking, and at first we weren't going to do another order, but after some discussion, it was mentioned that the ones that are up now will stay up till we put our Christmas decorations up. And then after the Christmas decorations come down, we'll put the next set of the banners up. Around September of next year, we will start taking orders again. And then we will do 1 or 2 rounds of banners again. And so we'll have this.
Keep rotating.
Yeah, yep. The 3rd Avenue Southwest and Hayes South Street Southwest project, the pre-construction meeting was held last week. The contractor plans on starting after the holidays, and they plan on starting on the 3rd Avenue Southwest portion, removing pavement, doing the water and sewer. It has a final completion date of November 13th. The city will receive pay applications once a month to be addressed at the meeting. And construction plans to be done in 2 phases, with splitting the construction of the Hayes Street and 3rd Avenue. And concrete is planned to be paved full width in 2 separate pours. The stormwater issue at Thomas Street and DeLong Avenue was reviewed by city staff, a council member, and our engineer, and we're working on getting a cost estimate, hopefully by the next meeting, so we can get some of that stormwater taken care of, because it's been creating a lot of issues. And then reminder that July 3rd is the recognized holiday for city staff, so we will not be open that day.
Okay. When they do 3rd Avenue, the well house on McKinley, where it's so terribly steep, would that be a good thing to have the good dirt pushed back and put fill in there and make that more mowable? Up against McKinley and behind the well house, it'd be a lot safer for the guys
We
mowing.
can. I do know that with the project, we are taking all the, anything that's removed, we're keeping. So,
That'd be a good place for some of it. It'd make a lot safer for the guys mowing it, plus it'd look better. It wouldn't be so steep. If there's nothing else for the betterment of the community, I need a motion to adjourn.
Make motion to adjourn.
Motion by Hush,
Second.
second